Are you looking for a little bit more power in your golf game? The fact is, most golfers easily have an extra 15 yards in the tank when they start working on the right things. What would an extra 15 yards mean for your golf game? Let me know in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to go over 4 of my go-to power moves that you can do to start getting the ball out there a little bit further. So our first power move is going to be our transition slam. Now this is a great way to start moving more explosively in a very golf specific pattern. So I've got my 3 kg wall ball here, and I'm going to come into a golf-like posture. So I'm going to be demonstrating this as a right-hander, and this is actually a move that you would only do on your dominant side. So I'm going to start with the ball by my lead foot with the palms together. I'm going to work it towards the top of a backswing position, and from there I'm going to slam the ball down outside my trail foot. So I'm working to the top of the backswing position and then slamming down with the ball behind the rear foot as I work down into this lead foot. Now obviously, kind of word of caution here, just make sure you don't slam the ball down onto your foot. So I'm working it up and then down. So up into that top of the backswing and then down. Now once you've got the movement pattern ingrained, you can start to really speed it up, really create some explosive power. So up, down. And we want this to be as explosive as we can. Really working high to low and trying to get down into that lead foot as we slam the ball down. So great movement here to really work in an explosive way, get that power up in a very similar movement pattern to the swing itself. So our second explosive move is going to be our rotate and stop. Now this takes your typical med ball toss, but just levels it up a little bit. So I've got my ball again. I'm going to get into my golf posture. So I'm going to be demonstrating this as a right-hander, but this move we would actually do both ways. So I'm going to have ball about level to the chest, golf posture. Ball is going to start by my lead foot. I'm going to rotate to the right, so kind of load onto this trail side a little bit, and then I'm going to work back to my lead side as if I was going to launch the ball as far as I can. But before I let the ball go, I'm going to really pull up hard through this lead side and break as fast as I can. So ball starts by the lead foot, I rotate, I go, and then I stop. So load, explode, and then stop. So I'm really trying to work as aggressively as I can, as if I was going to launch that ball, but then I'm going to really pull up through this lead side and stop as fast as possible. So the ball starts by the lead foot, I rotate and load to the trail side, I go as if I'm going to launch that ball, and then I stop. So you don't want the ball actually going too far past that lead foot. Now when you first start this, couple of things to watch out for. Firstly, you might see a little bit of this, so you're accelerated, but then you haven't got that braking system through that lead side. You're not stopping fast enough. The other big thing to be aware of is people then start doing this, where they're so concerned with braking that they never actually apply any acceleration in the first place. So it's as if you were going to launch the ball as far as you possibly can and then hit that emergency brake through the lead side and really pull up and stop. You can see what that's doing to the ground, so how my lead leg is working, really working hard through the ground to pull up. My obliques are firing hard, and I'm working on that braking system, that deceleration, which is actually really key in the golf swing. And like I say, you'd actually do that on both sides. Before we get to the final 2 exercises, just a quick reminder to please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and also make sure you check out the pinned comment for a free ebook on power in golf. So our third power move is going to be our vertical jumps. Now we know that power from the ground up and using those ground reaction forces are so key in hitting the golf ball further. And this is a simple way you can work on improving that. So, going to come into an athletic starting position. So about hip width apart through the feet. I'm going to start with my arms up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my arms down as I load back and down through my hips. So I'm going from high to low. So I'm in that position where I'm ready to explode up. So I start with my arms up, I pull down as I load back and down into my hips, and then I explode up into the air. Now what you can see there is I also use my arms to help cushion my landing. So on the landing, the arms actually work behind me as well, and I land in a very similar position to that I take off in. So my little bit of softness in my knees, hips back and down. So arms up, load, explode, and then land nice and softly. So as you're doing this, what you want to be trying to do is you want to be trying to jump as high as you can, but I also really want you to take note of the landings. So you don't want to be landing with the legs dead straight, really hard. So we want nice soft landings. We also don't want to be landing too deep. So we don't want to be landing in a deep squat position. So just a little bit of softness in the knees, hips back and down, very similar to the position I want you to take off in. So we'll do a couple more. Arms up, load, explode, soft landings. And what this will do is this will really help you to generate some explosive power from your legs that if you can start using in your swing a little bit more, will really help you get the ball out there a bit further. So our final power move is going to be skater jumps. Now this is a great way to again work on that lower body explosiveness, but more in a single leg way and also in a more lateral fashion. The other benefit to this is we're going to challenge stability a little bit more as well. So lots of useful attributes for your golf game from one really simple move. So I've got a couple of objects set out here, and this is going to act as almost like a river that I'm not allowed to go in. So I'm going to be hopping from one side to the other. So I'm going to start on the right foot on the right edge, and I'm going to hop across, land on the left foot on the other edge. Now what I want here is I want to completely stop. So I don't want to be doing this movement continuously. I want to kind of hop and stick the landing each time. So obviously once I'm on this side, I'm going to hop back across, land on my right foot. Now as we're doing this, we're obviously looking for nice soft landings. We don't want to see too much kind of this. We don't want to be losing our balance too much. We're trying to really stick the landings and make sure we've got nice and controlled. Now, obviously, as you start to improve here, you can start to move these objects a little bit further out, really start to challenge that explosiveness, but we still want to make sure that we're working up a little bit as well. So I want you to almost imagine as you're hopping side to side that you're trying to do more of a kind of soft pitch motion and not too much kind of really lateral, almost like you're firing it in. So it still needs to be a little bit up and down, even though it's side to side. So very simple movement. We're just kind of hopping, sticking the landing as best as we can. And as we improve, we can start to progress the distance and also work maybe a little bit higher into our skater jumps as well. And there we have it. 4 simple power moves you can do from home to start hitting the golf ball a little bit further. Now with all power work, it's really important to prioritize quality reps over quantity. So resting appropriately between sets and really trying to get the most out of each rep. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button. And if there's any future topics you want me to cover, leave a comment below.